Hi, I've been reflecting for a few days and have realized that it's been 10 years since I had surgery. And at the time, I had a 5-year-old and a 12-year-old, and my husband and I were preparing for me to have surgery. So it was for my reproductive health that I went into surgery 10 years ago, 2012. And I actually missed the the wedding of a dear friend of mine because I was um, recovering. What an anniversary! 10 years. And when I think about it, friends and family at the time definitely were supportive, but I don't even think that for sure that I realized, and I don't even think they realized just the amount of sacrifice that I was taking and just the amount of, uncertainty I had at the time. But I knew that I was doing what I thought was best for my health and for my quality of life. And the conversation around it for me, I kind of kept things going. I healed and was committed to my healing, but I really didn't know how to keep things around to support that type of healing. In fact, that season was just the start of a whole other season, which I know now being 10 years after. But I stand here today in victory. And that's really why I wanted to record this message. I'm standing victorious because my nurse, when I walked in, said I should not have walked in there in the hospital, in the emergency room. You shouldn't have walked in here. Um, You shouldn't have walked in here. In fact, that was June that I was having the onset of some things when she said, you shouldn't have walked in here. And by the time August got here, I'd already opted to have surgery. And the things that I know now that can help, that do help, that reverse and take away those types of symptoms and conditions and prevent having the surgery I elected to have and I needed to have. What I know now is just so powerful. And so I'm using my life and committed to use my life to be able to infuse hope and education into the lives of other women and other families who are having reproductive health issues across the board. I have experiences with them from a deep and personal place, and also as an ambassador of nutrition and health now, and great food. And as a chef, I know how to put it all together. And as a compassionate human being, I know how to talk about and tell another human being, another woman, another family, another husband, other children, how to live and how to survive from my perspective. And I'm just hopeful that I can continue to do that. I can continue to provide hope and be standing here 10 years later. Well, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to be, but God always had me from the start. He comforted and covered my 5-year-old and my 12-year-old and my husband and myself and my entire family. And we've walked this thing out in all the ways that our lives look now, in all the areas and all the paths that our lives have taken because of being steadfast, being obedient, being faithful. And so for everyone that is healing, is seeking healing, is wondering and is curious, just look at my face today, 10 years later, and I'm thriving and I'm happy and I'm excited to move forward into a path that only God has for me. So, happy Wednesday.